Green, green, green. Residue turns over in the evening, leading through. Is this number 4? I seem to like to jump back to the 60s real quick, which some would say it's but it just offers so much more, and it's
I'm sorry,
there's so
thank
much
you.
going on that the residue and the remnant leads through. Most intense, less intense, softer yet, and we touch, we add contiguity, we enter with our semi-evolutionary head into the mix. And passing, finally, in a quartet of color directions, a reconstituting animal fragment, animal, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, and more. The body is reconstituted. From the beginning, it's full, and it reaches a place where the imagination is just beginning. Going the other direction, coming back into the order. The family even. Colors clinging to their ancestors until they reach the original, the ever-present origin. It's always the beginning. Therefore, each breath can be love, is love. It's certainly colorful. Color to me, they're color dramas. They can pass along. And another day, another night, another evening, another duck on water begins its little journey, tracing. Yet then, like another clan from a different direction appeared with their own new intensities and created more than a quartet. A 5th being has arrived, which itself has its own new remnant. And so the principle of ever-present origin continues. Though, as so many things in the real world, it's not human. It's beyond the human. Simply beyond the human. We try to draw, try to practice forms, just forms. Growing forms. This is how I learned to grow them, by copying others. This is a design for weavers. It feels good to do those. You turn a page and it's white. The pre-stage of all things is the whiteness. It's the terrifying unformed, preformed. Melville's the whiteness of the whale as he travels, and suddenly manifests a new form. I sound like I'm so pompous delivering some kind of deep color. What happens to deep color in the shadow? Deeper yet, it's the color with its shadow. How does it decline? How does it deconstitute from left to right? A kind of entropy is implied all the time. It's bleeding, but it's leaving less and less. I stop at 4, but there's no stopping, except what the human eye could see. But if I stopped here, and we said close our eyes, and then we opened our eyes, and here, you just saw this, and then you learn that that comes from this. What are you talking about? And I mean, the same color, it came through at the same time. This is even older yet. And the oldest, nevertheless, happened at the same time. They're all the same age. All the color came into existence at the same time. It's the ever-present origin. It's always now. It begins now. We used to call it rock leaping. Try to make it into an Olympic sport. But too many people got rocks up their ass. So, now we're doing stuff that we haven't done in a long time. An old man. Rock leaping. It's a way of life. You're never sure where you're going to fall, but you got to keep leaping. You're leaping. Will it land safe? I don't know. Gotta trust something. Childhood had a freeing of my body. I had the park. Echo Park. We ran and ran and ran on the rocks. They were rocks going up. It was an ice age incrustation. The whole thing. Human. What have I seen? Nature or human? Take the picture without me. No human. I've been buying myself individual microphone tape recorders, and I never can get comfortable. I've always known that I need somebody else close to work collaboratively.
Yeah, otherwise you'd feel crazy.
It's crazy.
But I do it, you know. You can call your diary and then just start talking and get this stupid idea of being like, you know.
You do it for yourself?
Yeah, sure.
With the camera, can you set it as moving and then move in front of the camera? That's tight, rehearsed stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Kept to a small space.
Yeah, sure.
Comes from the eye in the left-hand sky. Go Giants. I love everything Giants. This is where in the San Francisco Bay Area. I had enough leap. A lot of bodhicitta dangling ahead of me. I made it to the other coast, to the west coast, to the left coast, to Northern California, where first things first, women loved me and I loved them. And that was about a decade when I looked up. There was a few women. Then I had to get back to living and finding out what I was doing here, besides looking to get laid. And getting it. Then what? My body said then what? My spirit said then what? I barely had jobs staying alive. But this place is quiet. There's a quietness and a simplicity here that resembles something, my sense of historical time and larger time. There's a quietness of an old Chinese couple walking. Not a lot. The sun's setting and we're on the edge of a continent. Colors of the sun are letting out at the end of the day. Yellow splaying. Pale sepia. Gold. reddish gold. Kinds of gold. Yellow, green, purple, blue, violet. All the colors coming out. And that final interface of what humans call a day. Now you may or may not want to pause as a mass man is coming by talking loudly on his telephone. Cryptically, he stopped at a proper time, aesthetically adding to our own, forcing us back, no, but now he comes.
You know, at Christmas it went out for 5 days and I heard 6 to it. All we did was go around dancing. Oh my God. And we could never finish.
I can never finish.
I could never say, I want to go here.
I can never. I can. Oh my God. Oh my God. We can never finish. There was so much food. It's goldish. Oh, the ice. The ice is forming. The ink ice will eventually be ink. It's weird, but I'm there, and in some ways, I realize I'm crazy in certain ways, and I'm alone most of the time, and I don't extend relationships. I don't seem to, I don't know. I'm not motivated to give people what they want.
I mean, if they ask you for an opinion, for example, I think you're very happy to share it.
Right, but I'm never waiting. I've stopped waiting for them to ask, because nobody ever asked.
I'm asking you now, what's your opinion?
Of what?